those sort of the general concepts of organization of a website store or of a web store and how it can expand from being small to large. Now we're going to talk about the tools that you use to accomplish that. Because what I just said before really applies to any kind of a website that's an e-commerce site. It's not in any way specific to WordPress. But what we're going to do now is talk specifically about WordPress and about Shopp and how they each bring their own specific tool set that we can employ to organize our site. And so we're going to start off by talking about the WordPress default tools. And WordPress has, essentially kind of two big tool sets. The first tool set is its content types, and the second tool set is its organizational elements. And you'll learn more technical jargon associated with those things, but I want you to understand the concept first, that WordPress has different types of content. And most notably, when you install WordPress first time, you have pages, and you have posts, and you have archives. Now, pages are the WordPress equivalent, really, of just a standalone HTML page. Pages can be hierarchical, which means that you can have a page, and then that page can have a subpage, and that page can have a subpage, and this subpage nesting can go on forever. And you can organize your site in a in a way similar to HTML sites, where HTML pages are hierarchical because of their locations inside of folders. Well, pages can be hierarchical in that same way. And pages don't have any automatic grouping. So you can't take a group of pages that are categorized by such and such and display them. Pages don't have the grouping ability. On the other hand, you have a different kind of content which is called a post. And the posts are not hierarchical. You can't have posts and subposts. You just have posts in series. So you'll have a post you posted yesterday, a post you posted the day before yesterday, a post you're posting today, a post you're going to post tomorrow. And they are all in a series, with their primary organization at that point is just by date. Which one came first and which one has come last. And so they don't have any kind of internal hierarchy themselves. They can't be hierarchical, but they are automatically grouped. And they can be grouped by these organizational elements we'll talk about in a moment, which essentially they can be grouped by category, by tag, by date, and by author. And when I say grouped, that is, you can ask the question, show me all the posts in the product category books, and it will return all of the posts in that category. You can't do that with pages, but you can do that with posts. Now, when a group of things is returned like that, that returned group of things is called an archive or an archive page. And an archive page is just a group of posts. And it can be a group of posts by category, it can be a group of posts by tag, it can be a group of posts by date, or it can be a group of posts by author, and in fact it can be a group of posts by any combination of those as well. An archives page is simply a way of displaying posts that have certain characteristics in common. And so those are the three sort of default tools that WordPress comes with. It comes with pages, posts, and archives. The fourth thing that it comes with is the ability to have custom post types. And a custom post type is essentially something like a page or a post that you create, that is not an inherent part of WordPress, but it's something that you've created for your own specific purpose. And custom post types can either be hierarchical or not. They can be grouped, and in fact, even if they're hierarchical, they can be grouped. So the custom post type is something that is essentially more powerful than either pages or posts because it can be both hierarchical and grouped. But anyway, those are essentially the 4 types of WordPress content that we're going to be dealing with: pages, posts, archives, and custom post types. So that's the types of content. Now you have the types of organizational elements. And in this case, well, WordPress comes with 2 out of the box. One of them is called categories, and the other is called tags. Categories are hierarchical. Categories can have subcategories and subcategories, and so on and so forth. Categories only apply to posts. You can't assign a category to a page. You can assign a category to a custom post type, and you can assign a category to a post, but you can't assign a category to a page. And generally speaking, you assign only one category to a post. Theoretically, you can assign more, but WordPress doesn't necessarily return the result that you expect when you assign more than one category to a post. So generally speaking, a post gets a single category. Tags, however, are not hierarchical. Tags don't have subtags. So tags, and again, tags only apply to posts. They can also apply to custom post types if you make it that way, but they start off being only applicable to posts. However, you can have as many tags per post as you want, as many tags per post as seem appropriate to you. And those tags can be used as a method of grouping that crosses categories. So, for example, if you had a category of boots, a category of shoes, and a category of waiters, and then you had tags of red, white, and blue. If you had red shoes, red boots, and red waiters, and you selected the red tag, it would show you all the boots, shoes, and waiters that are tagged red, even though they're in different categories. So the tags cross the categories and are essentially blind to the categories. The next thing you have is custom taxonomies, and taxonomy is kind of an awkward word for some people. All that it really means is just a method of organization, because really the categories is a taxonomy, tags is a taxonomy, and a custom taxonomy is just another organizational system that you create yourself that you think is appropriate in your case that WordPress didn't think of. And so custom taxonomies can be either hierarchical or not. They can apply to posts or pages, and they can also apply to custom post types. So you can have a custom taxonomy that applies to posts, pages, and a custom post type. And I'm going to just show you one example of that from my website, because that's one of the things we do have here on our site. If you go and take a look at, well, let's look at build an e-commerce website for a second. This is my original e-commerce series. That's quite a bit longer, but spends a lot of time talking about how to build a site, not just about how to set up a site. So, but if we go to, let's just grab a lesson and then look at a video for a moment. You can see here that there is this listed under lesson subjects. Lesson subjects is a custom taxonomy that I have that applies to posts, custom post types, and pages. And if you select that little custom taxonomy, you're going to see examples of where it's applying to. This is a live answer, which is a custom post type. This is a post. This is a video style of post. And I guess none of these are pages, actually. These are all just these are all either posts or custom post types. But if there was a page in here on the same subject, it would show up in this list as well. And I'm just showing you that to show you that a custom taxonomy can cross all the way across all of the different types of content that you have on your site, and therefore can be a useful tool. Okay. Well, Shopp also has some tools, and its tools can be understood in the same way. It has a content type, and that content type is products. And products are not hierarchical, and products can be grouped. So products behave very much like posts, although they are not posts. And Shopp has organizational elements that are very strongly analogous to WordPress's organizational elements. That is, it has product categories. They are hierarchical. They only apply to products. That is, you're not going to apply a product category to a post or a page. And they generally, you should only apply one category per product. The second thing they have is product tags, again behaving very much like tags. They are not hierarchical, they only apply to products, and you can have as many tags on a product as you want. And so these are Shopp's organizational tools that we have to create this site.